Morning, morning, monsters. So, it is the Global Game Jam this weekend, and I hope a lot of you are partaking in it, and I hope some of you are even maybe thinking about dreaming it. But I just wanted to take a short moment to talk to you about game jams, what you can get out of them, what they're useful for, what they're not useful for. So, the biggest problem with a game jam in the modern environment is they become a very formalized competitive format, which has been a necessity as they've sort of grown up. But I just want to talk where some of the more popular game jams come from and how they've sort of formed out and how they've grown out and where we've benefited and where we've lost out. So the best thing to do with a game jam, I would say, is to get some friends together and to jam, right? Think about a music jam where you have some friends over and you are basically got some instruments and you're jamming out some music and you're finding the groove and you're finding a song and you're writing and composing together and you're moving to a good place. That is a wholesome, productive jam where you're learning, you're experimenting, you're hanging out, you're socializing. Ludum Dare, one of my favorite game jams, actually comes out from a very different place. It comes out from the demo scene. Now, the demo scene has so much positivity in it and so much cool stuff to talk about it, but it also has some negative side. It is all about pushing technical barriers, and it's all about sharing techniques and stuff, but it's also there is quite a strong bro culture around the demo scene. It's very heavily male dominated and it's very competitive. There's if you go to a lot of the demo scene events, they have a certain tone. The tone has shifted and it has become more wholesome, and they've sort of friendlied it up in places, but it has its roots in the PC LAN party culture and in a lot of Northern European drinking culture. So it is what it is. And where Ludum Dare came from was a lot of people making graphics demos, a lot of people making little things. And we were like, well, we want to make game demos. Like we want to do demo scene style behavior, but with video games. And that's where Ludum Dare comes from. And it's arguably one of the longest running online and one of the first online game jams. So it didn't describe itself as a jam when it started out. It was very much sort of game demo stuff. And at some point the word jam came in loosely. Sort of on an alternative route from GDC, there was the Experimental Gameplay Workshop, or the Experimental Game Workshop. And again, that started in a great place with a lot of, and I'm not as familiar with this side, so I might get some of this history wrong, but that started more in a let game industry professionals share some experimental gameplay, let's get a bit looser. At the time, the game industry was stratified more in a AAA way. And it came from a very positive place. And then, yeah, as I say, the Global Game Jam came out and such. But as Ludum Dare got bigger, as Global Game Jams got bigger, a few things happened. First of all, it stopped being about small groups jamming and it started being about how big can you grow this thing. Ludum Dare's moment was basically we were an open event and we all hung out in our RC channel, and there was generally 15 to 20 of us in the event at a given time. Like a given event was like 15 to 20 of us. It was very small, but one of those people was Notch, and at the time the press was very hungry for any news about Notch, and because he partook in Ludum Dare, he basically brought a spotlight to the event. And that's when Ludum Dare started exploding, and there was some drama, and there was some like changing hands and servers and stuff, and the original people behind Ludum Dare, and then there was a new website and a new forum, and then there was a rebooted website, and Mike has been keeping it going for a very long time, and he's a very good custodian of Ludum Dare. But if you want to make game jams and you want to get the most out of them, Global Game Jam, as I say, is a bit more loose, a bit more out there, but a lot of people are trying to like win Global Game Jam, or there's like sponsors and prizes and stuff, and that's not a great mindset to take into it. What I would encourage you to do actually would be, I would encourage you to do much more what I'd encourage you to like grab dreams. That would be my first thing. Grab dreams. You can grab other things as well, but I think dreams are so naturally suited to jamming. And if you're remote, I think the breakfast challenge, or the realism challenge that John Beach and Snags and stuff has done really good, because it's just like the four of them, and they're like, okay, we're going to jam around this thing, or just grab some friends together and jam on a topic. And I've got some ideas around this where I want to maybe get some dreamers together, and I want to have us do some live jamming, or some live pass the parcel kind of stuff happening on stream, or with voice chat, or other bits and bobs. So I want to get us back to that like jam feeling. I think we had there was a Media Molecule had a audio stream earlier this week, and for me that's the quintessential sort of root of a jam, where you're just playing around with stuff and you're like, oh, this sounds good, this doesn't sound good, this looks good, this doesn't look good. I actually jam a lot with one of my friends, one of my creative partners. I don't know if you guys have seen, so this is the chicken nugget thing that we did together, and this was basically, this came out of just me and a friend after bad movies going, let's make some crazy stuff, you know? And this was just us having a laugh. And he had recorded on the WhatsApp group the stupid song, and he was over, and I was like, well, let's re-record the song, let's make the song in dreams. And we fucked around with the song, and alas, this is what we ended up with, right? And yeah, you know, it's absolutely stupid and ridiculous, and it is what it is. Edit, right? But yeah, so I encourage you guys all to go out and to make those kind of crazy things, to jam with people, and not to get obsessed over winning jams, not to worry too much about formalized jams. Maybe use the Global Game Jam theme that's going to come out this weekend and make something of your own on that theme. You know, maybe just grab a fun thing and make a jam. Tap is mentioning Dreams Have Meaning Sunday Sculpting Jam. I'm not aware of that one. But yeah, just taking part in those kind of... if it's a small enough group, the advantage is everyone sees everyone's work in a meaningful way, and you comment on each other's stuff and whatnot. If it's 100 people, like, no one's going to be able to, like... The terrible stuff is actually the stuff that needs the most attention, and the weaker dreamers or the weaker game makers are the ones who maybe just need their stuff seen and talked to and stuff. So having a smaller group is really, really helpful. You know, if you can get a small group together, and yeah, no, you know, it's really good to have that limited time, and yeah, just scope it in. And I really hope as Dreams comes out and as we have this year, we do more of this stuff. And I'm actually giving a talk at Goldsmiths University this weekend in London for the Global Game Jam, and I'm going to be talking about some of this stuff. But yeah, I want people to take Dreams to go out and to jam and have fun and be loosey-goosey about it, and don't stress about game jam competitions. Competitions can go fuck a duck and get out of there. You know, they're shit. And that's why I'm YouTube demonetized. That, and they moved the bar on me. Anyway, that being said, this is a morning show. Typically it starts at 8:30 when I'm not running late, as I was this morning. So come join us on Twitch to have a chat. Now we are going to talk about stuff that you don't get to see because you're on YouTube and we're on Twitch. So, ta-ta!